Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac Repentance, where today I am going to do a run as Eden. A character that starts with different stats every time, different items every time. This time we get the tractor beam and the glowing hourglass. I just get it for free now. And we also get the lighter trinket to start off with. Also only 2 soul hearts to begin with. So since I immediately took a hit, let's just immediately make use of that glowing hourglass and perhaps never enter that room again. Our tear rate's pretty good, our damage is fine. It's not the worst start I've ever had with Eden for sure, so provided we don't take too much damage from the get-go, I think we'll be okay. It would be nice if we can find a little bit of health here and there, I suppose, because having just soul hearts is a little bit spooky, but overall, again, I've had significantly worse starts with Eden, so if this is the worst the game can bring at me, I'm okay with that. Didn't warm up at all, so hopefully I'm not just gonna run into every enemy in the game, but I make no promises. We're already back at 2 charges for our glowing hourglass as well, so this is more or less working out. We get this, which is going to circle around this, so that's kind of nice. I suppose occasionally it's going to shoot a tear and almost certainly confuse me somewhere. But I think I will just move on. I guess I could use that glowing hourglass to see if there's anything in my curse room, now that we know that you can just enter it without actually taking the damage. So no real reason not to, I suppose. 1 red chest with 2 bombs inside it. Very good. Overall, not exactly worthwhile, I suppose. I could do that one room that I kinda glowing hourglassed out of to get one of my charges back, but I think I'm not going to bother. We do not have any bombs, so I cannot find my secret room right now. So, if we do not get any more bombs, then this is just going to be a rather reasonably fast basement one, I think. Unless we can get 1 more coin from a poop somewhere. Upon which I might check out my shop real quick just to make sure. Yeah, there was nothing there. There might be a soul heart or something in the shop. Maybe we'd be able to afford it if it was on sale. But simultaneously, I might also just believe in myself. We can get red hearts with this character, so if there's a red heart item from our boss here, that's not going to happen because we're going to get a meat cube or a bandage ball. But in the weird instance that the game bugs out, I might be able to get something cool. The 7 seals has appeared for killing horses, so good. And with that, I will just go on to the next floor. I'm not particularly in a rush or anything, but if we could make it to boss rush for once, that would be kind of neat. We could trade a key for a bomb, or if we have any sort of flight available on this floor, we can do that. There's a couple of extra coins there, which is nice. Also, with the tractor beam, we can kind of shoot around rocks as well. It's a little fiddly, but not technically impossible, and that can lead to some good things occasionally. In terms of semi-spectral tears effects. So, occasionally that might be worthwhile. I won't go into my shop just yet, even though we have 7 coins there, because I'd rather make sure I can actually afford something. Plus, if I find my item room somewhere, I'd rather have that. That is an eternal heart, which I should probably just pick up. But so far, this floor is going pretty well. We get a devil card for a little bit of extra damage, probably during a boss room. But for stuff like this, this actually works reasonably well. You don't have to worry about the spiders actually attacking you. It's just a little bit fiddly that you first have to shoot a couple tears down and then kind of hope that the tears actually end up hitting them. But it does make that room just a little bit easier. This led nowhere, unfortunately, so I will just be on my way back. I think I know where my secret room is, which is over there, but do not currently have the bomb for it. And I don't really want to spend my 0 bombs on it either, so or my 1 key on it. That was what I was originally going for. So, I'd rather just move on. We once again have a chance to look at our curse room at least, thanks to that glowing hourglass. And destroy a pot with 2 more coins. We're getting to the point where it might be worthwhile to actually go into my shop there. There is a temperance card here. I did take an extra hit, so I will almost certainly go back unless this is like Hierophant or something. It's the moon. It's not really worthwhile. Glowing hourglass is so strong now with the added benefit of just being able to go into cursed rooms like that. If we get a Joker card somewhere along the line, I might just check out everything as well. And since we did get an extra key there, I will just check out my shop to see if there is anything worthwhile. Surprisingly large basement floor. That is the car battery. Not really gonna do much of anything for me right now, so I will just move on the... Well, I guess we're taking the bomb. I guess I'm gonna check out my secret room. Because I wasn't paying attention, so very good. Maybe there's a key in here. There is a golden poop in here. We could get the car battery, I suppose, but I'm not sure how exactly it interacts with the glowing hourglass. It'll possibly activate it twice, and I'm not sure if that's beneficial or if we'll just go back 2 rooms. Alternatively, it might just not interact with it at all, because that does happen from time to time. Now, possibly a positive thing about... Okay, never mind, we got a key. If we didn't get a key, I wouldn't have been able to go in here, but it would increase our planetarium chances. However, since there is just a regular hourglass in here, and I don't think there is a good reason to touch both of those in one run, I will just go back. I keep my key that way, and possibly still increase my planetarium chances as well, because that is based on... among other things, how many item rooms you've gone into during your run, and I think this technically counts as not actually having entered it. So, hopefully that's true. There is the haunt. We have fought the haunt before, and this time will be no different, hopefully. Can be a little tricky to get your tiers right with this tractor beam, but we'd also have a meat cube if we really wanted to. Apparently the meat cube and other orbitals are a little bit nerfed now compared to how they used to be, in that they only deal damage X amount of times per in-game tick or something like that, which is a little unfortunate. It does mean that it is less viable to go one orbital and just destroy everything with it strategy, but hopefully we'll manage anyway. Just like I'm hoping that the haunt isn't going to deal any more damage to us, which would be lovely. He just shot some rocks, so that's wonderful. And we get a health up as well for some more tier 8. Shot speed doesn't matter too much. And I think I will once again just go for that guppy transformation. And hope that is going to work out. I don't think there was health in my shop, so instead I will just move on and hope for that planetarium on a later floor. I think there was also a mod. Oh, never mind. There it is. I was going to say, I think there's a mod that shows your planetarium chances as well, but I might install that at some point just to make it a little bit more obvious what's going on. But this is a planetarium item. It is going to make a bar appear. It makes us entirely blue. And if I attack, I will attack very quickly until the bar is depleted. If I stop firing, it will start charging up the bar again. So you can actually do large chunks of damage with that, which is wonderful. It is, I've really not had much of a bad experience with planetarium items, so it can be worthwhile to go for, but it rarely is preferable over just visiting all your item rooms. So it tends to not really be worth it to actively be going for it, but if you have something like a glowing hourglass or some other item like the dream catcher to tell you what is inside your shops, it might be it can definitely be good for sure. So with this item, I am rather pleased. I'm not sure if this resets my planetarium chance, but I have to imagine it does. And also, I think there's a reasonable chance there's a secret room over here. Even without a map, you can sometimes tell by layouts of rooms and such. There is a stars card, which I guess I'll just use, why not? That puts me in my planetarium. That makes sense, I suppose, because it's the stars. I never made that connection before, but fair enough. Now I know. It probably even said it in the description of the thing, but I didn't read it. I kind of thought I knew what a stars card did, but I have been bamboozled this day. Fair enough. I will just blow up this thing, I suppose. Because I'm not sure if we have blown up enough of those things, but... I mean... when is it not worth it? Plus I could have used the glowing hourglass if I really got some garbage out of it or something like that, but didn't seem like it was necessary this time around. There is my item room and my shop. I think there probably is a couple rooms that I haven't visited yet after this, but that's fine. I think I'll just put some coins in here, actually. Not really too interested in being able to open up things with coins. I'd rather make some progress towards this. We got a luck up, and our luck was pretty bad, so that might end up being good. And the bucket of lard, which is another item room I choose to skip because I do not like the speed down of the bucket of lard. So I would rather not bother with it and simply move on. There is the boss room. Hopefully we can get another devil deal here. I could just blow up the shopkeeper as well, I suppose. For good measure. Might increase our devil deal chances a little bit, plus give us a little bit more money as well, if we're lucky. Or possibly a 50% off, or just some spiders. Either way, hopefully that 2.5% is exactly the thing that tips us over the required amount of chance. And let's just keep that Gertie away from us with our many, many tears. Being able to shoot like this is, I guess especially against that boss is actually really good because he just doesn't get close to you. We get another devil deal. So that's good. There is the black powder. We have picked this up during a challenge, I believe, but not during a regular run. But given our health situation, I would rather just simply move on. So far, so good. I think we are on a decent pace so far to get a boss rush. So let's just do that. There is another guppy piece right there. So I will just... Oh my god. Alright, well that works, I suppose. Let's just eat both of those. And we now have the guppy transformation and unlock that challenge. And unlocked Guppy's hairball. So all in all, that's pretty great. We no longer have to worry about that. Tears down, that's unfortunate. And hematemesis, which is effectively nothing. But yeah, I think we'll just go like this. I think I'm feeling pretty confident about that. The glowing hourglass might definitely be the better choice here out of the two. But Guppy's paw is such a strong item when it comes to actually getting health. Obviously, the glowing hourglass is incredible for that as well. Also, the Guppy transformation, it gives us flight and it gives us a 50% chance per shot, I believe, to spawn a blue fly to attack for us. Used to be 100%, but they changed it for repentance, which does make the Guppy transformation a little less good, but it is still magnificent in how many flies you are spawning. So overall, if you can get it, definitely still worthwhile. Plus, it unlocks a challenge as well. So that is pretty good. There is another item room. It might be worthwhile to get my glowing hourglass for that item room, given our current luck with item rooms so far. And yeah, not really the best thing in the world, but what are you gonna do? I should probably try and explore my floor to see if I can get another planetarium, but I feel like since we already had one, the odds are just... I mean, that would be ridiculous, surely. And at the same time, Guppy is good enough to get us to the boss rush, I would say. So we'll just move on. I'm gonna skip that shop for now because our coin count is weirdly low for some reason. Unsure how that could have happened. And we are just going to keep running until we get that I Can See Forever pill. And then turn back slightly because I think my secret room is almost certainly something we passed by now. And there it is. This is in a pretty bad spot. Would not have guessed it would be there, but, you know, that's the nice thing about I Can See Forever. Get another 2.5% devil deal chance because it has worked out so well in the past. However, at the same time, I've gotten most of the things I would have liked to get from my devil deals so far, I suppose, by simply not getting them from devil deals. Pretty good room, especially when you already have all the things you need. Is there an Awaz room? Yes, there is. There's a Yara rune as well, so I will just duplicate all of this and use all of these little rune shards right here. Not sure what is currently happening, but I'm sure it's very nice. A very small shield effect. 2 health up pills. So let's just turn one of those into that. And since we have an Awaz pill, we can once again go to the lamb if we so desire. And I guess I might as well to give this Eden run a satisfying ending. So yeah, so far this run's going pretty much normally, pretty standard. Another devil deal, sure, let's just get one every floor. Perfectly reasonable. And there is the Blood Oath, which isn't going to do anything for us because it stabs you at the start of a floor and it removes all but 1/2 of your red hearts and then gives you damage and speed up for the amount of health that it takes. And yeah, I truly despise it, so I'm gonna take it. simply for the fact that I will now have touched it and therefore technically never have to take it on with me on a run again. And that's genuinely good enough for me. It's an item that usually catches me off guard, as I think I have mentioned before. And I just genuinely don't have very good experiences with it. So instead, I will just take it and move on with my very much not red heart-centered build and not face any of the positive or negative consequences. If we do get a red heart somewhere in the run, we might get a little bit of a stat up with that. But more likely than not, this Guppy's Paw is going to be used to prevent it from activating ever. And that is the way I would like to live my life until I take a Curse of the Blind Devil deal at some point and get it that way, I suppose. But that is not technically set in stone. I will say the odds are not in my favor of that not happening, but we'll see what happens in the long run, I suppose. Just get my health back. This run, I once again checked if I was playing on normal mode with the amount of health that I was getting, but I suppose at the start of the run we were pretty health deprived, there we go, those are the words. So I guess we're just lucky, really. That's really the main thing here. Let's just use that.
I can see.
We find a secret room, at least I heard it open, so it is somewhere. It's to the right. So we have a destination after this room is empty. We still have 7 minutes to clear a couple of floors to reach our boss rush in time. And I could have taken that one Hagelas pill to... oh, latchkey. Could have taken that Hagelas pill to... destroy those rocks so they wouldn't be in the way, because even though you're flying, you still take damage from those spiky rocks, unfortunately. However, it was too far away. And that's my one reason. So with that in mind, I could visit my shop real quick, because it might give us mapping, and that would actually be kind of worthwhile. I still would need 1 coin, but never mind. The moment I need anything, I simply think it, and then it appears in my run, so that is working out rather nicely. And that, right, Curse of the Blind. Right, well, at least we got 4 pills, and I know we have tears up in here somewhere. That's tears down, and that's bad gas. Alright, cool. Pretty great. At least now we know that I shouldn't have done that. So, in a way, we've all learned a little bit. And that's good enough for me. How about you give me, like, soy milk or something that really doesn't... yeah. I mean, I don't think that matters too much. I think our range is still going to be okay, simply because the tractor beam gives you so much range in general. But I'm just going to sit here. Yeah, and even... it does make our Planetarium item a little worse, I feel, because it no longer is quite as big a difference as it used to be. But fair enough. Old bandage, not bad. If I had picked up that red heart, I would have been able to show off the item. So I guess I will actually just... wait to actually eat up this heart that I currently have, so I can maybe show it off on the next floor. But that is assuming... yeah, there you go. I actually got healed by hematemesis. That is assuming that I don't take a whole bunch of damage in my boss rush. Assuming I also make my boss rush. There's a lot of assumptions going on here. One more assumption is that I'm going into this room and getting 3 more health ups. And definitely will be able to show it off very well. Let's just put all these nice and close together. Hoping for some cool stuff. We got range up, so our range is back at least, that we lost on the previous item. We got a world card. So that does pretty much guarantee that we can make it to our boss rush. We also have 4 minutes remaining to clear this floor, so really I'm not too concerned. I will just visit my shop real quick to make sure that I can maybe put some coins in my donation machine there. But so far, once again, I would like to say that this run is going swimmingly. And if I can just have every run go like this, it would genuinely make life a lot easier. Because it's absurd. However, I suppose there is a chance that I might end up doing something like this to ruin my chances to make it to the boss rush. There is a chance that I might accidentally get a devil deal and sacrifice that red heart and therefore not be able to show off my cool new devil deal item. There's still a lot of things that could hypothetically go wrong. However, I'm still feeling reasonably confident. But I will do every single mini-boss on this floor. I should have probably not killed him first, because I think there is an item now that... or something you can get for killing the little one second, and I'm not sure what it is, because I don't know if it's ever happened to me before. Both since Repentance has come out, or just in general. It usually ends pretty similarly. Let's take little Monstro there. He's gonna help us out with his Monstro's lung-type tears. And I do still kind of want to visit my shop. But I am slowly running out of time here. So let's speed up the process a little bit here. Because otherwise we're going to be late for our shenanigans in the boss rush room. But I suppose if I just headbutt into everything, we're gonna be okay. A little bit more damage up would have been nice though. Oh, Haunt? That's unusual to just find. But I guess it's not impossible. I don't know if I've ever seen this room before. But Haunt does die a little bit quicker when you have a full Guppy transformation. There is the habit, which is fine, but I'd rather just put all my coins in the donation machine before moving on. Could have taken that soul heart, I suppose, but I don't need it. I probably don't need it. There's still a couple coins on this floor which I didn't pick up, and given that our machine didn't jam there, little bit of a waste, but maybe we'll get a money equals power and make great use out of our 3 coins. And I, for one, am feeling fairly confident that that's going to be our exact outcome for this run. But let's see if we can make it to Mom and destroy her in the allotted 2 minutes remaining. It truly is very exciting. It could go anywhere. And I, for one, cannot wait to see if we can do it. It is blue, Mom, so it is a little bit more tricky. But we are slowing her down as well. And the, yeah, I would say that this Planetarium item is still plenty good, even if... It might actually charge a little bit quicker with the higher tier rate as well, because I feel like the circle is filling up a lot quicker right now. Alright, we still have 1 minute to check out our devil deal. God. I mean, you know... Oh, we locked Krampus. I guess we're taking a bunch of Devil Deal items. I'm sorry that I'm not showing off this great Devil Deal item that I got previously, but it's just the way it is. None of these items are really good. Do I really want anything more than the other thing here? Not really, I suppose. Not really using bombs. I guess I'll take the speed up, I suppose. That's fine. Yeah. Alright, use Sulfur. We've seen this before. Ooh, that charges quickly, though. Oh my god. Look at that charge. We're not really getting many flies right now, but I do like the color of that brimstone. It looks kind of nice. Never seen it be white before. Is it because of the slow down item? Probably, right? Oh, look at that. That is just lovely, isn't it? This, we might win this. There is a reasonable chance that this might make it to the end of the boss rush right there. Feeling optimistic today. Guppy Brimstone just, I don't know, it gives me a good feeling about success for some reason. Especially Brimstone that I can just repeatedly activate throughout the room. I guess I do kind of regret not getting the car battery now. It did take a while before I started regretting it, but here we are. We did find a point where it's would have actually been nice to get, but I'm truly not sure how it interacts with the glowing hourglass. Our damage right now is 12, which, I mean, I've seen better. So, you know, the build could still improve a little bit. But this is probably the most use we are going to get out of our Brimstone here. It is probably going to be pretty useful against the Lamb as well, though, so not too concerned, I suppose. But it is... I can't be next to the boss rush and then not take Sulfur, you know? It is too much fun for me to just ignore its existence right there. I think I might just stop using it here though, because I think the boss rush is about to be over here with the speed we are doing this. Yeah, there we go. We got Undefined, which is an item. It re-rolls your build every floor. So it's pretty exciting. I haven't taken it in a while. I'm not sure if it has the same negative side effects as the D4 and stuff like that, because a lot of the reroll builds things now also remove, I think, the last item you picked up or something like that. And it would be kind of a shame if Undefined did that as well, because you really don't have a choice at that point. You are going to reroll your build every time. So hopefully that's not the case, but genuinely don't know. Let's see if there's a secret room. No. I tried 2 spots already, and neither of them were secret rooms, so I might give up on that dream, I suppose. No tinted rocks, only a bad chest. And I am, once again, truly sorry that I'm not properly showing off my cool new spiky item. It does have like its own little animation, like it stabs Isaac at the start of every floor, and unfortunately I didn't get to show it off, but I'm sure in like 30 runs from now I'll pick it up by accident somewhere along the line and then ruin my day with it. So I for one am looking forward to that. Until then though, my sincerest apologies. And let us move on. So far, starting to regret that I didn't buy that blue map, but at the same time any donation machine progress I would call worthwhile, because I would like to be done with it. Can't really take most cards with me, but if that was a Hierophant card, then would have been 2 more soul hearts and would have made life slightly easier. If it was a teleportation card, I would be more inclined to go into that curse room. But instead, we'll just get a free soul heart as we once again travel in the wrong direction. At least we found the secret room after all this time for an exciting battle against greed. Technically, it is possible to find a button that would create a donation machine, or maybe an arcade with one in it. So that's why it's still definitely worthwhile to pick up all those coins. There is also still money equals power, of course. So truly, there is never a time where picking up money is a bad idea. Let's see if we can find one more super secret room though. And in the instance that we don't, we are going to angrily defeat Death, who is surfing on his horse, who didn't even have time to go into his second phase. So that's nice. We could get this, I suppose, is not too bad. We could get false PhD, because it doesn't cost that much. And if I just don't take any more pills, I think it's a damage up? Because we did have that tears down pill at one point. We could take another one, actually, to increase our damage, because that's how it works. Plus, our tears are capped so high that it didn't even change our tears. It really only made my damage go up a little bit. So all in all, pretty positive experience there. With that, one more Curse to the Lost floor to go. At least we got one of our black hearts back by picking up that false PhD as well, so that is kind of nice, I suppose. Plus that boss was nice enough to just drop one. But I'm feeling confident that I might get lost somewhere on this floor. It's gonna be a big one. I'm excited. Perhaps not that one. I think it's only the pills that give stat down specifically that actually work with the false PhD as well. So in a way, I'm also happy that I took it just so I can see the I'm excited pill. God, we're getting so much health. This is probably one of the freest runs that I've seen in a while. Though it did take a second before we really got something going, I suppose. But really not much more than a second either. It was pretty much over and done with when we got more or less an entire guppy transformation in one room. Definitely not regretting getting that guppy's neck thing, because the guppy's collar, that's the one. Ooh, and brainworm is actually pretty neat, because that's like kind of a weird homing effect. I'm not sure if it affects brimstone at all, so let's learn, I suppose. Ah, yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Yeah, alright. So brainworm's pretty great. It works with tears, it works with brimstone. We didn't get a devil deal, but once again, that's fine because we found an AWA's rune somewhere along the line. So with our negative in hand, we once again move on towards the lamb. We unlock experimental treatment and glitch baby for beating Mom's heart with Eden and beating Mom's heart for the how manyth time. So good stuff so far. We can recharge our entire sulfur there thanks to this big room. So I suppose it might be worthwhile to use it somewhere else on this floor. And once again, I slightly regret not taking that blue map because it does have a tendency to spawn super secret rooms somewhat close to the end of a floor after all, and it would have been a somewhat of a guidance. But at the same time, it just means we get to have some more fun with our ridiculous build. We are currently at 26 minutes, so I cannot presently go for the beat the lamb in 20 minutes achievement, which is a pretty tricky one. And that's just gonna have to be actively gone for at some point, I assume. But that's okay, I suppose. I guess I'll just take this Eternal Heart, because then technically I can still show off the item that I picked up so long ago. There's money equals power that I was talking about earlier. I might not take it though. I don't think it's exactly worth the health. So, I mean Dark Bum might be actually, but that's fine. Oh my god, okay. I guess it just really wants me to take a Devil Deal, but I'm not feeling it right now. I mostly went into my curse room because I know I'm going to get a red heart on the next floor, and I'm just kind of hoping that I'm not going to take damage through it. There is the dead cat. Alright, sure. Just keep filling up the guppy items, I suppose. Just give me all of them. The one thing we're missing right now is Guppy's hairball, and I think there's another guppy item that you actually have to unlock as well, and I'm not sure how to get that. But for now, I'd say we have a decent amount of guppy things. We have a 1 red heart container, because Guppy's dead cat item does set your health to 1 red heart. But fortunately it ignores soul hearts, so didn't really have to worry there. There's a bad trip pill, which would, I think, usually turns into a full health pill when you're at low enough health, but we are not at low enough health, surprisingly enough. And also the false PhD might affect it, but I'm not 100% sure. It says so in the item description, I'm pretty sure whether it does or not, but I can't remember everything. I can barely remember how this run started. I just remember it being slightly difficult for a minute, and then it stopped being slightly difficult for a minute. 2 bombs, sure. Let's use that. Let's use one of the bombs we just received to start this fight off. And the brain worm is doing the rest of the work. So once again, the slowdown caused by Brimstone here, making me confident enough that I'm willing to tank that 1 hit and not feel too bad about it. And the brain worm will more or less finish this fight for us combined with Brimstone, so all in all pretty good. And that once again takes us to the dark room. I'm not sure what the Eden unlock even is for doing this, so fair enough I suppose. We get the Book of Secrets for fighting Satan with Eden. We can get to see a little animation which was covered by the Curse of the Maze text, so very good there, but we did at least get some stat ups for it. There is a couple of things here. Oh yeah, we did miss 1 item I suppose. Let's just take it for good measure at this point, and let's also take that because that's not bad. And let's fight our way forward. So in all the runs I've complained about not getting enough guppy items, and now I've gotten 5. So really, I guess the game was just saving them all up for this run right here. It was more or less inevitable that I was going to get guppy even if I didn't get that guppy's collar at the start. Plus we are going to get a bunch of gold chests which are all going to contain items on this floor, thanks to Guppy's tail. So that alone would have been a build. We also got a planetarium this run, so that's exciting. And before you know it, we are going to be through this. This is going to make our... That was a damage down? How does that work? Oh, because of the dead eye, right. But it's still... Oh. No. I mean, clickers has very specific uses, but not for this run. So let's fight the lamb. I might just do the rest of the floor just to enjoy this build for a little bit longer after this. But other than that, I felt like this run went about as well as it could have, really. So So if we can just keep this up for a little bit. Did I take damage on this floor? Not actually sure if I did. Don't think I did. It might be worthwhile to actually then leave. Because I think there is a no damage achievement for doing this floor without taking damage, but I genuinely don't remember if I took damage or not. I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna do it. I don't care. It was a good run. We got the mystery sock for beating Thingiest Thingy. We got Dead Boy for not taking damage on that floor. So yeah, there was an achievement for doing that. So that is good. The Dead Boy achievement also counts for the other direction, which leads towards a place called the chest. So we don't have to do it there anymore either, because we simply succeeded in more or less all of our ventures during this run. So far so good. So far still on 0 deaths, 7 mon kills, and we are progressing at a fairly ludicrous pace so far. We got a bunch of stuff done for Eden here, including the boss rush, which was the original intent of the run when I saw I got a somewhat decent start, but then we did so many other things. But I hope you've enjoyed it so far. Next time we play, I will do another run in some mode or another, and I hope to see you all there. Bye bye.